Hello, everyone. We're back once again. Good afternoon to you, Ricky. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it every time everybody comes by. It makes it really easy just to talk to you guys about golf carts. What are we gonna get into today? We got some interesting questions today, and I'm sure that we'll have some more interesting ones in the live. So we're going to talk to everybody. Let me see what's going on here on Facebook real quick. We got a couple of people coming in. Still got people joining. Let's see here. If you don't know who I am Tim. I work for Golf Cart Garage. I'm a member of the Gearheads On Demand service that we offer at Golf Cart Garage. Gearheads On Demand is a service where you can call me, or you can schedule an appointment and I'll call you. I'm sorry. If you're interested in that service, click on the link in the description. That'll take you to the scheduling page, and you can schedule a phone call at your convenience, and I will call you, and we'll talk about whatever your golf cart issue is one-on-one. I might be able to help you. I may have seen it before, may be able to steer you in the right direction. So if you're interested in that, click on that link. If you're interested in following us on any other platform besides Facebook and YouTube, I'm running the links right now for all those other social media platforms that you can follow us on. TikTok and Instagram and all that. Let's see. Everything is good. Looks like it. All right. Well, the garage is now open, so we're going to get started with the questions. And anybody in the live chat, feel free to make a comment. Tell me about your weather, because it's starting to change here a little bit. We're getting to the good zone right now. We're finally in the 80s here in central Arkansas this week. We're finally in the 80s, so that means boating season is on, outdoor season is on now, motorcycle season, everything I like to do is on. Gene Hansen, thanks for coming by, Gene. Good morning to you, sir. Let's see. All right, let's see. Question number 1. Let's see what we get into here. What is the purpose of the OBC, and would this cause the cart to start moving at half pedal and stop completely when the pedal is floorboarded? No, that wouldn't be an OBC issue. The OBC can fail in a couple of different ways, 2 ways it can fail. One of them is that your charger won't turn, your charger either won't come on or your charger won't shut off. The most common one is your charger will not shut off. All right, it just keeps charging, it will never shut off. The OBC tells your charger what to do. That's one of the purposes of the OBC. It actually has many purposes. It stores a lot of information that's the regular user for a golf cart, they don't even need to know all the stuff the OBC does. But the main thing that does is that it tells your charger what to do. Now, it can fail in that way, and it can also fail where it'll send a lockout signal to your controller and your cart won't run at all. But it's not going to be intermittent acceleration like what you're talking about there. That is most likely going to be an M-core issue in that cart rather than an OBC issue. Hey Tim, damn hot here in Bradenton, Florida. Good cart riding weather. Yeah, it is. It is definitely golf cart weather. Like I was saying, golf cart weather and motorcycle weather goes hand in hand, and to me, and boat weather, it's all good now. I'm looking forward to this season. Looking forward to this weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend coming up, so looking forward to that. That's sort of like the where I'm at. That's sort of like the official opening of boating season or motorcycle season is Memorial Day weekend, and the temperatures are reflecting it. I mean, we just now had a change in temperature this week. We've gone from the 70s to the 80s. So this Memorial Day weekend is going to be in the 80s. It's going to be nice. It's going to be busy, I'm sure, but it's going to be nice though. Oh, Craig, what's up, Craig? Thanks for taking me out on the boat yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, I did some experimenting, but I'm always doing some experimenting with internet and I actually have, here at this location, I have regular cable-based internet, but I also have Starlink internet the portable Starlink, the Elon Musk stuff, and I was doing some experimenting with it yesterday. So if you schedule a call with me on a Monday, you never know what you're gonna find. You know, when I answered the phone, especially if it's a video. And Craig just happened to have a call scheduled yesterday, and I was on a boat, so I took his call on a boat yesterday, the video call through Starlink, and it worked. It worked pretty good. So I don't know if it's available in your area or not, but if you have internet issues, you might look into it and see if check on availability, because so far I'm very happy with it. Missy, what's up, Missy? Oh, Craig, also, if Cash is with you, tell him I said what's up. I didn't ask you. I'm assuming Cash is your son. Are you either babysitting for someone else? I just figured out I didn't ask you that yesterday, but tell him the guy on the internet said what's up. Okay, Ricky, on my 05 PDS, I put new springs on the rear Saturday, and the front eyes had bushings in them, but no sleeve in the bolt. Was smooth and took the place of the sleeve. Is this correct? Yes, that's correct. That is absolutely correct, Ricky. That in the front of the rear leaf springs, it's a bolt that takes the place of the sleeve. But you know, you still put bushings in there, but the bolt goes all the way through. So yes, that is correct. Rock Dog. Everybody's jealous of Rock Dog because he won the hat, and that nobody's forgotten it. Let's see, on Facebook we got Skylar Rivera Daniels. What's up, Skylar? Thanks for stopping in. Let's see if I can help you here. Got a 99 Club Car DS48. We had a power surge, and now the cart won't move. The solenoid will not click when you push on the pedal. I had to replace the charger, but still nothing. All right, well, I can tell you this, Skylar, that is not good news. Let me ask you this. Did the fuse blow? Coming out of your charging receptacle, there is a gray wire with a yellow fuse holder. All right, and you pop that yellow fuse holder, and there's a fuse in there. Did that fuse blow? Is what I would want to know. Because if that fuse blew, you could have popped the onboard computer in your car, and that can cause a lot of things. But I saw that it happened to me at a golf course. Fuse was still good. Okay, well, that's good news. The fuse is still good. Let's see, we had a power surge, and now the cart won't move. The solenoid will not click when you push on the pedal. I had to replace the charger, but still nothing. All right, well, then I'd want to know about your battery voltage readings, like where are we sitting on voltage on the batteries at this point? It'd be my first question. Good. It's good that the fuse was still good, but the power surge, was it on charge? I'm assuming that if it wasn't on charge, you wouldn't be telling me this. So it was on charge during the power surge. Well, if it was a big enough surge to blow that fuse, then it most likely would have taken out the computer. But if it wasn't big enough to blow the fuse, then it could have taken out something else. I guess it could have also taken out the computer. That fuse is just a safety device there, but it could have maybe not blown and let some voltage go by and get to the onboard computer. But I would like to know where your batteries are as far as volts go. I'll check back. Let me get back over to YouTube here and allow stat. He was stoked that I was talking to a YouTuber. Oh, I figured he was. That's why I wanted to tell him what's up. So if you're listening, Cash, what's up, dude? Rock Dog, you wore your hat yesterday. Cool. Jerry Kelly, what's up, Jerry Kelly? Thanks for stopping in, man. We appreciate it. Let's see, that's what I need to know. Knew you were the man. Thank you so much. No problem, Ricky. Yeah, I'm looking at some right now on an 05. My PDS is an 05, and I can see the volt you're talking about right now. I don't know what all he had. Rock Dog, what all was in your bag of swag? I mean, that came from our, from the warehouse. I know it was more than just the hat. I showed the exact hat you got the other day, but I don't know what else was in there. So tell what else was in there, in your bag of swag. Skylar says, not sure the voltage. Well, I would just want to make sure, that is okay first. It could have popped the, Skylar, it could have popped the micro switch. Well, Skylar, if you're here on the right day about the hats, you can enter a, I'm going to give them away occasionally on this show. I give a hat away. But if you want to purchase one, you can go to golfcartgarage.com. They're on the website. They're on the website for sale at golfcartgarage.com. And you can use my code. I got a new coupon code. I've got a 5% off coupon code, and I think they're giving 5% for Memorial Day on a lot of stuff. So check the website and see what you can come up with and use a code or two. I don't know if you can use both of them in conjunction with each other or not. Probably not, but you can at least use one of them, and mine's 5% off. So you can go to golfcartgarage.com and plug in hats at the search bar. Should bring you right to them. But what I was saying is that could have taken out your micro switch in your V-Glide on your 99. A power surge could have. If your solenoid is all of a sudden not clicking for no reason except for a power surge, I would. Does your 99 have a tow run switch, by the way? Does it have a tow run switch under the seat? Because in 99 it could be a series or a shunt wound car is why I'm asking. And I'd have two different places I'd want to look depending on which one it was. So it does have a tow run switch. So it is a shunt wound car. All right, well, then it could be the micro switch in the V-Glide, and it also could be your controller. If you got a power surge, it could be your controller also, because those two things are in the activation circuit for the solenoid. If your solenoid is not clicking, I would check the micro switch in the V-Glide first for continuity, basically just on and off continuity. And then after that, the only other thing in the activation circuit is your controller. So it might not be good, your situation there. Let's see. Rock Dog said it was a hat, a few stickers, and a few keychains. Little baggy but slick. Karina Gonzalez. What's up, Karina? Thanks for stopping in. Brooke Turner. What's up, Brooke Turner? Thanks for stopping by. I have a club car, 48 volt, just put in new batteries, and the car clicks but doesn't move. Any suggestion on what to check? All right, Brooke, well, did it run before you put in new batteries? What did it do before you put in the new batteries? Because if you put in new batteries and the car clicks, that tells me that everything is working all the way up to the solenoid. And if your solenoid is good, if we know your solenoid is good, because just because it clicks doesn't mean, so everything was working before the new battery. So at this point I would be assuming that something happened during the battery job that caused your cart not to move now. Is that where we're at? I mean, that's the way I'm understanding it. If you had forgotten a wire, like the red wire, the cart would move. So the only thing that you could have done in the battery job that caused your cart not to move that I can think of, let's see, if you had left the red wire off, then that would be fine. It would still move, it just wouldn't charge. Are we sure you got your batteries wired correctly? Negative, positive, all the way across to the end. Are we sure about that? Because did you put the tow run switch in tow before you did any of your cable removing and everything? Because just doing a battery job should not affect anything. If there was no sparks, or if there was no arcing, or anything that happened during the battery job, no major arcing. I mean, just a little spark is not that big a deal, but no major arcing. Just doing a battery job should not have affected anything. All right, Skylar's going to check the voltage. Cart comes on and it says it's fully charged. 48-volt club car. Okay, what says it's fully charged? I mean, if it clicks, then you're getting power all the way to your controller. Is what I've said before. That means you're getting battery pack voltage, whatever your battery pack voltage is. You're getting it all the way to the controller because the solenoid is clicking. So if the car's not moving, I don't understand just why a battery job would have done it. Plus, you've got new batteries, so I'm assuming that they're all good. The battery meter gauge says it's fully charged. Well, I don't really trust those battery meter gauges that much. I think I've said my opinion on those over these episodes. I would rather see voltmeter readings, actual voltage, than that percentage gauge. But it's based off of voltage, so even if they're new batteries, they should be fine. But I'd still like to know. What's up, Ab? It's Gearheads time once again. Hello all. Hello to you. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. Now Skylar's telling me this. He says, now before the surge, the cart used to hesitate or stutter while driving. Well, that was most likely a battery-related issue. Yeah, anytime there's a stutter or hesitate and then a stutter, that's usually a battery-related issue. Either a battery that's really, really weak, or a cable that's loose. So now more than ever, I would want to know the voltages on your batteries. Now more than ever, since you told me that it was stuttering before the power surge. DMAX 97, what's up? Thank you for welcome back. Thank you, sir. 97 Club 99 Club Car DS Region 2. Should the solenoid click as soon as you turn on the key, or only when you push the accelerator pedal? Now, that's an odd year. Like, if you ask me that in general, I would say absolutely not. The solenoid is not supposed to click until you touch the accelerator pedal. But on that particular electrical system, which is weird, it's kind of a weird electrical system, I'm not 100% sure. I would still say no, it should not click just by turning on the key. It should only click when you push the accelerator. But I'm not 100% sure on that one, because that's that region 2 and 99 where you've got the second solenoid and the coil thing. You could have something going wrong that's causing a solenoid to click. It might not be the one you think it is. It might be the other solenoid. Because that's a car that, if you, correct me if I'm wrong, D-Max, if you walk up to that car and you push it just a little bit, won't the solenoid click? Won't that one of those solenoids click? So you could have something going wrong there, is what I'm thinking. Let me, number 2 was where we're at on the regular questions. This is from Eve. Batteries dry every month. Need batteries soon. I checked battery for 2 weeks and there was water in them, about 1/2 inch. Today I put distilled water in the battery, took a look. When I was finished, there was a lot of water under the cart. Could the bottom of the batteries be corroded, causing it to leak? Does this mean I need new batteries? It's 3 years old. The only way that the bottom of the batteries aren't going to corrode and cause it to leak, because the battery case is made out of some really, really hardcore plastic, and it doesn't degrade from acid or anything like that. So it's very unlikely that you have a leak in battery, unless they froze and something cracked. You know, unless they were dead and they froze. Now, fully charged batteries won't freeze, but dead batteries can freeze, and dead batteries can cause a crack in the case. So unless you think it's a possibility that you had a freezing event over the winter, then it's not leaking out of the bottom of your batteries. It's coming from the top, just falling down. And the most common reason for that, to getting that on your floor, is overfilling the batteries. You know, and older batteries can also use a lot more water than new batteries. So depending on where your voltages are now, it might be time to get, and how old your batteries are, it might be time to get a new set, because a new set of batteries uses very, very little water. They start using more and more and more as they get older. They start gassing more and more and more. The water level goes up and down further, you know, when they start to get older. So it could be time for a new set. I would like to see some voltage readings, and maybe you could take it to a golf cart shop and get them to run a discharge test on your entire pack, so they can give you a really good idea of how good your battery pack is as a whole. D-Max says I can't get it to do anything. Solenoid click as soon as you turn on the key, or only when you push the accelerator pedal. 99 Club Card DS Region 2. Yeah, that's if you can't get it to do anything, D-Max, you may have a controller issue, because that controller could be activating that solenoid as soon as you hit the key. Solenoid could be welded shut too, or no, not welded shut. It would be it could be actually clicking, but not be good. I mean, it still could be bad. Let's see. All right. Number 4, I think, is where we were at. Or did I do number 3? No, I didn't do number 3. I have a 2009 EZGO electric, and when you're driving it, it starts to buck like a loss of power, and then takes off, but at a lower speed. Then it might buck again, but you can feel the whole cart fall on its face when take back off. Was wondering what that could be. 2009 EZGO electric. EZGO. Well, I'd want to, you know, like I always ask, I'd want to know some battery readings first. But then, if batteries were okay, let's assume batteries were fine, and then you still had all these symptoms. In an EZGO, it could be a speed sensor issue, which is on the end of your motor, because you said it falls flat on its face. All right. Well, that's definitely a sign of a speed sensor issue. If you're going along and everything seems to be fine, and then all of a sudden it just falls down on its face for no reason, but your foot's still on the floor. That could be a speed sensor issue. Also in your case, I've seen the ITS, which is under the floor mat. I've seen the ITS cause some erratic movements from the golf cart, just for no reason at all. ITS can develop a crack and get moisture in it, and that's the potentiometer under your floor mat on a 2009. It's under your floor mat. A little difficult to get to, because sometimes those seal plates, you have to remove the seal plates on the edge of the floor mat, on each edge, and then the floor mat will come up after you can remove those seal plates. And then after that, there's a compartment, you'll see it, with 4 screws in the top. You take that off, and the ITS is sitting in there. A lot of times you can't tell by looking at the ITS if there's a problem with it. A lot of times the ITS problem is intermittent, you know, because of moisture getting in that crack and then drying out, and everything seems to work again. So I would be considering the speed sensor on the end of the motor. If your car has a run tow switch, I'm also assuming that it does. You know, I could be wrong there. You didn't tell me on that if it had a run tow switch, just a 2009 EZGO, or the ITS issue. Single output one I have right now. Can I double up the tank sprayer and the headlights to the single output I have right now? You could try it, Craig. It's not going to hurt anything. Just keep an eye on your fuse, but you'll know if you're overloading it, because you should blow that fuse. If you try to run your headlights and your tank sprayer at the same time, that might be too much for that little voltage reducer. I don't know. I don't know what size that is, even though, I mean, what amps that is, what amp voltage reducer that is that I saw in your cart. But yeah, that's no problem. You can put them both on there, and you know, if you want to be cautious, then don't run them at the same time. Don't run your headlights at the same time you're spraying. You know, but yeah, you could try that. The 2 small wires on the solenoid across from each other. Do they matter which orientation they are? Blue, white in front and blue solid in back. It does matter which orientation they are if there's a diode on the going across those two small posts. A lot of solenoids, a lot of golf cart configurations across those two small posts is a diode. Now across the two big posts, sometimes there's a resistor. All right, that doesn't matter which way it goes or which wires is where, because all that does is connect stuff. The small post though, if there's a diode across there, then yes, it does matter where those wires go. Okay, Craig, yeah, YouTube glitched and deleted the first part of my question above. I was asking about the voltage reducer. Yeah, what I said was, yeah, you can double up. Don't worry about it. Just double up and see if it's not going to hurt anything except for blow the fuse if it overloads. If it blows the fuse, then just replace the fuse and only run one at a time. But yeah, definitely you can double up on that connection to run your lights and that sprayer. Number 4, I think, is where I'm at. Keep forgetting. I love your videos. Oh, cool. Thank you. Anonymous, I appreciate that. Hope you can help me. Just got a 2022 Tomberlin Ghosthawk 4x2 and the backup alarm is killing me. Could you please advise how I can tone it down a bit? The only additional note is that the cart is a 2022 year model. I don't know if that's important or not. Someone told me that it's a simple fix, just disconnecting a wire, either under the cart or in the steering column somewhere. But that experts like you. Thank you very much. I'll leave that to experts like you. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Yeah, it is as simple as disconnecting a wire. You just got to find the buzzer. The buzzers are usually, in all golf carts, the reverse buzzer is just a little round thing. You'll find it when you put it in reverse, make it go off, and just look around until you find it. And you could just disconnect the wire. Now, I would not recommend doing that, especially on a late model car like a 22 Tomberlin. Your first question was how can you tone it down a little bit? That's what I would concentrate on, toning it down. So just locate it. I don't know where it is on a Tomberlin. But I know those are some really nice cars, so it should be easy to find if it's actually that loud. On an EZGO and a club car, they have a little bitty hole in the reverse buzzer. I tell you what I've done before. I've taken a earplug and put the earplug in that hole. That will tone it down a little bit, you know, and because that Tomberlin may use that buzzer to beep out a fault code or something. So you don't really want to disconnect it completely because you'd be losing your fault codes if it does that. I'm not sure if a Tomberlin does that or not, but EZGO does do that. So either find it, locate it. If there's an impression in the middle, stick an earplug in there. If not, take a piece of duct tape, put over the front of it. Either one of those should tone it down. Craig's having tech difficulties there. All right. Let's see. That's cool. All right. Number 5. One is my 1990 G2 golf cart. Smoke and use oil. Is there any additive I can put in oil to stop smoking? Well, there's a lot of different additives out there that claim that they can help with that issue. You can get them at Walmart. Like there's Marvel Mystery Oil, and there's all the other kinds of additives that say they can seal up your cylinder and all that. But you can try them. You can try them all. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt anything to try. There's lots of so-called, quick fixes on the shelf for small engines. But if you find that none of that works, then it might be time for an overhaul on that particular motor. You may be past spec in your cylinder, and it may be time to get a rebuild. There are rebuild companies out there. I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but there are rebuild companies out there where you can take if you don't want to do it yourself, you can take your motor out and send it to them, and they'll accept your motor as a core, if it's a rebuildable core, and they'll send you another motor already rebuilt with a warranty. I mean, that's not bad. And then they'll give you a core charge. They'll give you a core credit for your motor. So you might look into that if none of the additives seem to work for you. You know, you still have that option. That's an easy option because those motors, golf cart motors, fairly easy to remove the entire motor. Let me see. You could also, I mean, I didn't say this, but you can get a compression test done on that car first to just determine if it's within spec or not, if none of your additives work. What you can do, this is what I would do. Let me go back to this question. If you want to try the additives, then you need to get a compression tester, all right? That way you can tell whether it's doing you any good or not. Check compression first, all right, on your cylinder. How much compression you got before you add any additives. Then add some additives. Then check your compression after all that and see if any of that stuff worked or not. That would be what I would do. All right. Number 6, I think. Yep, number 6. Hello, I'm building a cart and a newbie trying to buy a motor. I purchased an EZGO shell that was a 36-volt region previously. I'd like to purchase a complete motor, solenoid, etc. if possible. I see the 𝗪𝗲𝗃𝗲𝗃 kits, but would that work for me, and which one do I get? Okay, well, if it was a region cart, then an EZGO region cart, then you either purchased an EZGO DCS or you purchased an EZGO PDS. There's lots of YouTube videos out there on PDS installation of a 𝗪𝗲𝗃𝗲𝗃 AC system, complete conversion on PDS. Not so many of DCS. There's some. You're going to have to get some type of adapter from 𝗪𝗲𝗃𝗲 in order to do the DCS. But it still can be done, no doubt about it. Even if you have to yank the DCS wiring harness and put a PDS wiring harness in there, it can still be done. So you just got to figure out which one you got, either a DCS or a PDS. But YouTube's got lots of installation videos of that, going from 36 to 48 volts on a EZGO PDS. I mean, get step by step and every part that you would need, which, by the way, you can buy at Golf Cart Garage. That is correct, Craig. That is a good saying. I didn't want to say don't waste your time, because a lot of people just love to use that kind of stuff, or they're fascinated by the mechanics in a can, you know, as we're talking about. So I don't encourage people to try it, but I say that it doesn't hurt to try. If you want to, just to satisfy your curiosity, then go ahead and try. But that's why I said use the compression tester first, so you can verify your results. That's the problem with those, is that they claim stuff that they can't really prove, or they don't have any fair testing to go along with it. Well, if you took a compression test beforehand, then use that, then that would be verifying whether or not it worked or not. D-Max, can you bypass the V-Glide to see if that's the problem? I tested the motor, it's good. Tested the solenoid, it's good, and got a new speed controller. Well, you asked me about the 2 small wires on the solenoid, all right? Did it have a diode in between the 2 small wires? That would be my question to you at this point. Was there a diode in between the 2 small wires? Because if there was, and you put those wires on the other way, then you could have popped the micro switch in the V-Glide. That's where I'm going with that question. And the fact that you asked me about those 2 wires made me think that it's a possibility. Okay, so there was no diode. Okay, well, that's good. But I would still check that. I'd still check that micro switch in that V-Glide. Now, I don't know of a way to bypass the entire V-Glide. There's too many wires coming to that. But just the micro switch itself that's in the V-Glide, you know, that's just test it for continuity, make sure that it's working. But if not, then you, like I said, your controller is in the mix there too. If we're talking about, region 2, yeah. We're talking about a run toe switch car, your controller is also in the mix. So it might be something as simple as just that micro switch since you replaced the controller. Okay. Number 7. A cart repairman recently replaced the controller in my 2002 EZGO. Cart repairman recently replaced the controller in my 2002 EZGO. Cart now goes fast for a while, about 2/3 of an average golf goal, and then slows down to 10 miles per hour or slow. It tends to go slow for the next couple of holes and then will speed up again. Turning the key off while it's in park seemed to help. What's going on here? We should replace the controller in my 2002 EZGO. Number 7. Well, did he replace the controller with a new one, or did he replace it with a rebuilt one, or what? Because obviously something that he did is causing your, issue. I would want to get battery voltage questions out of the way first on that one, and then I would have questions about the controller. Where did the controller that he replaced, where did it come from? Why did he replace the controller? What was the cart doing before? I've just got to cover all my bases here before I can move forward on lots of questions. I have to do that on lots of golf cart questions. Like anytime someone comes to me with a symptom and they describe everything to me, it always brings up a question in my mind first. Okay, back up and tell me this first, and then tell me this, tell me this. I have to back up and figure out where we're at. Let's see, D-Max said he did that last night, the micro passed. Okay, so your micro's good, your solenoid is good. Well, you replaced the solenoid, or you tested it, it's good, tested the solenoid. Okay, how did you test the solenoid is what I'd want to know. All right. Where am I at here? Here I am. Number 8. Club car DS 48 volt won't run. I replaced the solenoid, forward and reverse switch, V-glide switch, batteries, and all cables. Is this you, D-Max? This question is kind of sounding like your dilemma here. Let's see, club car DS won't run. Replace the solenoid, forward and reverse switch, V-glide switch. Oh no, they replaced the V-glide switch, batteries, and all cables, and it still won't run. Well, there's only 2 things left in this case, and that's the motor and controller. If you replaced all that, if you want to include the wiring harness, you could have something wrong in the wiring harness and could cause you fits. I mean, I've had that before, where there was something wrong inside a wiring harness, deep inside a wiring harness. It took me forever to figure it out. But yeah, motor and controller, and you can eliminate the motor by doing a motor test on your car, and then you're left with controller and wiring harness. If you don't think it's a wiring harness issue, then it's most likely going to be a controller issue. All right. That question just came up right in the middle of our conversation, and it sounded like it was the same issue as yours, D-Max. Let's see, number 9. 2004 Yamaha golf cart G22. Drive belt spins but doesn't go either forward or reverse. Clicks on and clicks off solenoid. Everything is good. It's just about 2 inches. It just spins. How do I fix it? This is one of those questions where people, I think I talked about this last episode, where that I don't understand. People are confused about whether or not a gas golf cart is actually cranking or not. They say the belt's just spinning and the cart won't go either forward and reverse. Well, it's a lot of times they don't understand that the engine's not cranking. It's just turning over with the starter generator. I mean, I think I talked about this on last episode. So it's always been amazing to me that people don't seem to get that. So your cart's not cranking is what it sounds like to me. The engine is not cranking. It's not running. It's just turning over. And until you can figure out why it's not cranking, it's not going to go forward or reverse. And the belt may catch every now and then and make it roll a little bit in forward, or may make it roll a little bit in reverse, you know, depending on how tight the belt actually is. Sometimes they'll touch the clutches and pull it a little bit, even with just the power of the starter generator. But you're going to be missing one of three things. You're either missing fuel, spark, or compression. So you need to make sure that you're getting fuel to the carburetor. Make sure you're getting fuel past the carburetor to the spark plug. Make sure that you're getting fire, and make sure your compression's good, because you're missing one of them if the cart's just spinning over and not cranking. Let's see, D-Max voltmeter and opened it up. Visual inspection. It may be a resistor inside the V-Glide. Yeah, there are several resistors inside that V-Glide. Like here's a bunch of them right here. Little resistors. This is a resistor kit installation instruction guide for Club Car. This is a real thing from Club Car. Just from one of the times that I never had one go out, but I did have some. This was a recall. At one point in Club Car V-Glides, there was a recall with the resistors, and they came out with a kit to smooth out the acceleration. There was a V-Glide that they had for a while. Let's see, what year is yours? Let me see if you're in that range. No, this was in 97s. I did it to, I think I did it to 96 and a 97 car, maybe even a 98. But they had a V-Glide that had a spot in it that it had a jump in acceleration. It wasn't real smooth. They didn't quite have the resistor combination right. So they came out with this new one, this new setup that changed the 6 resistors in the V-Glide to 7. It actually added a resistor in the mix, and it gave the cart more smooth acceleration. But there was nothing, you know, they would run fine before, so it's not like in your case. So if you've got one that's completely bad, you know, that this is not going to fix that. Just putting a new resistor kit in it wouldn't have fixed that. Missy says belt loose on the person that was, let's see, what was that, number 9, was it? Yeah, belt spins but doesn't go. Well, if the motor will crank, then what I was saying, if the motor cranks, then the motor RPM will turn good enough to where the clutch is going to squeeze in on that belt, and then it's going to go. Unless, oh, you're talking about starter belt, Missy. I see what you're saying. So the starter belt could be loose. Yeah, they could be just spinning inside the belt. The starter generator could spin inside the belt. I've seen that many times, yeah. Let's see. Number 10. Is it necessary to remove the cotter pin from the brake cable behind the brake assembly for a brake replacement on a 98 EZGO TXT? I've put brake shoes on TXTs many times, and I've never had to remove any cotter pin for just a brake shoe replacement. Now, if you had to do some other stuff to your brake system and wanted to do some major adjustments, but just for brake shoe replacement, you just mess with the star wheel with a screwdriver and take the springs off and put your brake shoes back in there, and then you have to adjust that star wheel back to a certain point to where when you put the hub on, they barely can feel the brake shoes dragging that hub. They've got to be real close when you put that hub back on so it will start self-adjusting correctly. Let's see. Let me run, that was the last scheduled question. Let me run the social media links another time. There's the social media links you can follow us on. Please follow us on one of them. Either follow us on Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok, or Instagram. We got all kinds of content out there. including this type of content where we discuss golf cart issues live on every Tuesday and Thursday. Let's see there, that was that. What about the new coupon? Bam! Get 5% off any parts you order from golfcartgarage.com if you use the coupon code TIM11, TIM11. That's the new code. This new code expires on June the 26th, 2023. Get 5% off any parts you order at checkout at golfcartgarage.com with code TIM11. And also, go to golfcartgarage.com and check out Memorial Day sales. You know, there's lots of stuff over there now. You might find some other types of discounts besides just that, besides the TIM code. But please use the TIM code. Juan John, don't forget the tip. Kurt's supposed to remind me, Juan John. Kurt, everybody tries to take your job, don't they? Let's see. Today was. Title of this episode was Cart Won't Move, OBC question mark. Most likely not, but could be. That would be the answer to that question, because the OBC could send a lockout signal. It could fail with a lockout signal sent to the controller and your cart won't move. Let's see, D-Max. How do you set up an over-the-phone appointment with you? You click on the link in the description, D-Max. You see the link in the description? Should be a link. That's going to take you to the scheduling page where you're going to see time slots that I have open or taken up. And from what people are telling me, I haven't checked it lately, but from what a lot of people are telling me every day on a daily basis, I'm booked out sometimes 2 weeks in advance. So the best way to do it, if you need to talk to me quickly, is to catch me either here on Tuesday and Thursday. What you can do is, this is what I've been telling people. Try to catch me live, have your question ready, and catch me live, and then we'll discuss it here, because somebody in here may help me. You know, if I don't know the answer, there may be someone in here, because there's several minds in here right now that have golf cart experience. So someone in here may be able to help answer your question if I can't. But at the same time, go ahead and book your slot with me, and that way we can take it a piece at a time. Like we can do some small pieces in the lives, and then eventually you'll get to your time slot will come up. So I've been telling people to try to catch me live. If they can't wait for the scheduled appointment. Let's see, Rock Dog's not going to take your job, Kurt. All right, this week's tip. Now this is one I don't think I've said before, which is, I don't think I've talked about the importance of this before, so this is a good one. A lot of people, obviously want to work on their own carts. Okay, this week's tip is, if you're going to work on your own cart, one of the things that's a must to me in your shop or in your garage or wherever you're going to work on your cart. Obviously, one of them is a voltmeter. We talked about that many times, is a handheld voltmeter. But another one that is a very handy tool is a floor jack. Floor jack, yes. You can get small floor jacks, you can get medium-sized floor jacks, you can get large floor jacks that'll pick up a dually, with no problem. You only need a very small one for a golf cart. You just need to be able to lift the front end to take the front tires off the ground. That comes in very handy for front end alignments, for removing a tire. You need to be able to lift the rear end for taking the rear tires off the ground. Very, very handy thing. You can get some cheap ones at Walmart. You can go, they've got some real slim ones at they got low profile aluminum racing jacks. Those are kind of cool too. But that will come in really handy owning a golf cart for basic tire removal and just basic everything. Jack stands is a good thing too, Rock Dog. Jack stand, floor jack and jack stands is together. You can really get some stuff done. Okay, and that was this week's tip. Is a floor jack and jack stands. That would be good. All right, let me check Facebook, make sure I didn't miss something over there. No, I'm all right on Facebook. I don't know why I don't get as many people over there. I still get people, but just not as many as on YouTube. All right, that was believe it or not, that was episode 121. we will be back on Thursday. Let's see, 23rd, 4, 5. That'd be Thursday the 25th with episode 122, and that will be the last episode before the Memorial Day weekend. So I will see. They go hand in hand. Yeah, they do. Jack stands and floor jacks. D-Max, will one broken resistor in the V-Glide make it not run or just have a dead spot? I would think that it would just make it have a dead spot, but I could be wrong about that. So the reason I don't think that's your problem is because I've never seen that happen before, but anything is possible in an electrical system. Anything is possible. I mean, I wouldn't automatically think that there was a burnt resistor, but if you've exhausted everything else and you're reaching at straws here, just trying to find what it is, then it very well could be. I would think that it would just have a dead spot if you had a broken resistor. Let's see. All right, guys. I guess we're going to get out of here. We're about over. I think we're going over on time. I will see everybody on Thursday. Thank everybody for coming. I appreciate you interacting. I appreciate your questions. And I'll see everybody Thursday. Y'all come back. Garage is now closed.